All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Giant Hot Takes podcast, your home for the hottest takes about the San Francisco Giants. We're host Jack, joined by a special guest here, Matt from the DSG. Fantastic to have him on. Matt, you kind of want to introduce yourself. Been a big inspiration for us. Fired up to have you on.
Yeah, man. Jack, appreciate you having me on, bro. Appreciate all you Bay Area Giants fans for listening to me yap here on this episode. But dude, life's good, man. I'm excited to chat a little bit about the pods. Obviously, if we were talking a week ago, it'd probably be a little better vibes than today. But as we all know, man, it's baseball. The ebbs and flows of the baseball season. Right now, a lot of ebbs for the Padres, but hopefully, unfortunately, it's against the Giants and Logan Webb, who's never an easy guy to face. But hopefully you can bounce back, and I'm excited to chat with you today about where we're at, talk a little bit about the Giants, NL West, all that good stuff.
Yeah, definitely fired up right now. Before we get into it, obviously got a lot of San Diego listeners. Feel like it would be a disservice to those people to not talk about this SDSU basketball team. I'm going to start you off with a little bit of a curveball right here. Magoon Guath is back. I mean, how fired up are you? You got to get out here for a game.
Oh, dude, I was at the Utah State loss this year, which was an absolute heartbreaker. We were up like
embarrassing.
Fives were absolutely insane, and then they gave up that 20-point lead. State's in a great spot, man. The fact that Magoon's coming back, I think LZ Harrington is the new dude that we just got, who was like a 4-star recruit. We got Tay Simmons coming, possibly Miles Bird coming back. Reese Waters is going to be healthy. I think this team last year was definitely a growing year, and you saw what you had with Magoon. You saw what you had with a couple of these dudes. It's going to be a really special season, man. I'm super excited. Dutcher's got the dudes cooking, and I have a feeling the sky's the limit for the 2025-2026 Aztecs.
Yeah, no, can't wait. Sean Newman Jr. comes in, nation's assist leader, or top 10 or something. Be fired up. If you need a college basketball team, tune into the text. Before the series, I need a little DSG pregame spot downtown Petco Park. I know we got a couple of our followers coming down here. What's good with Petco in the pregame scene?
Yeah, man. Great question. I would say Bubs at the ballpark is a classic. That's probably my go-to spot. Going to be packed tomorrow. Probably not as packed Wednesday. Is Wednesday a day game? I'm pretty sure. No.
Yeah, 1:10 first pitch,
right,
I believe.
Cool. So we got Wednesday day game. If you're taking work off or if you don't have a job, respect. I would hit Bubs. But Tom's Watch Bar is solid. Basic Pizza's solid. There's some good. Oh, actually, the spot that rocks at the DSG the hardest is East Village Tavern and Bowl. So huge TVs, great beer, good food. Tell them the DSG sent you, and maybe you'll get a free beer. Probably not, but maybe.
East Village. Okay, yeah, no, we'll tune
East
in.
Village Tavern and Bowl. And if you're with your family, they can go bowling. Or if you like bowling, you can get your what's that guy that does the who are you? I am.
Who do you think you are? I am. Guy's a legend.
I am. That guy's a legend. You could reenact that. I forget. Norm Duke, is that his name?
He's kind of a man that means.
Yeah,
he's kind
Norm
of a man.
Duke. I'm pretty impressed, Jack.
That's really impressive. He's kind of a man that needs no introduction, right there.
I love it, bro. But yeah, Tavern and Bowl is super fun.
Yeah, definitely. So rolling into the NL West, I mean, still kind of shocking to read this out loud. Got the Giants in first at 19-10. Don't need to mention the team in second place at 18-10. Got the Pads at 17-11. D-backs at 15-13, and the Rockies should probably be relegated at 4-23. Sitting here as a Padres fan, you think this is the best division in baseball? Because I sure do.
Yeah. I think it's. I don't think there's any competition for any other divisions. I would look at the fact that the Giants are playing as well as they've been playing, coming back, in every game. Shit's crazy. The Dodgers are obviously a $500 million payroll. You pay that much money, even though half your pitchers get injured every single game, you're going to be good. Padres, very top heavy, which we are unfortunately seeing. What happens when you don't have a lot of depth. But when we were healthy, best team in baseball. The Diamondbacks rake, and the Rockies are the Rockies. So obviously, outside the Rockies, those are 4 of the top, in my opinion, 8 teams in baseball right now. Maybe, yeah, I would say probably 4 of the top 8. I would say, probably put the Yankees in there. I'd put the Tigers in there. I would put the Cubs in there. and then maybe definitely the Mets. So that's 4 of the top 10 teams. You might be able to throw 2 more in there. But yeah, dude, the division's stacked, which sucks for us. But at the same time, I wonder if you agree with me, Jack. Kind of electric, dude. Like, because in reality, like, all these games matter, right? Like, these 2 games set at Petco, like, those are pretty important games because it could come down to the Padres and Giants trying to get that 3rd spot of the wild card, and like one of the teams wins by 1 game or wins the tiebreakers. So like that makes it super fun. As everybody knows, baseball's a lot of games. For diehards like us, we fucking love it. A part of my language, we love it. But for people who, might be a little bit more casual, it could be a lot to follow, right? But when you have rivalries, when you have a really good division that plays each other a lot, when you have guys like you from the Bay Area that live in SD, guys like me from SD that live in the Bay, you got Dodgers hate, Diamondbacks, like it's so electric, and I absolutely love it.
No, yeah, I totally agree. It's still like, it's hard to live in San Diego and hate on the Pads. I mean, I love going to Petco Park. Petco Park's electric. You can hate on the Dodgers. The Dodgers are a joke of an organization. I kind of want to go back to the days where the D-backs are like a bad organization, but it is pretty fun with them. Yeah, it's going to be fun. As you mentioned, how fun is this? I mean, you have 3 of the best teams in baseball playing in California. I feel like, especially with where college sports is at right now, it's kind of hard to see that top-level competition at the college rank. So you got the MLB right now, baby. You got the Giants, Padres, Dodgers. I mean, if you're not making a road trip up to the Bay, down to San Diego, I don't know what you're doing with your life, Matt.
Yeah, bro. I mean, dude, so for the people who don't know, me and my brother, who I run or do the podcast, like kind of like Page with, both have lived in the Bay now for almost 5 years. So I live in San Francisco, go to a lot of Giants games, absolutely love Oracle, Electric Stadium, DJ Umami on the sticks, like great vibes there. Obviously when they play the Pods, I don't want the Giants to win, or I wouldn't want the Giants to win too much, but going to watch the Giants play on like a Tuesday night is the best. So I got no true ill will yet for the Giants. I also think, and I wonder if you agree with me, the Padres and Giants both haven't been good at the same time for a while. So I feel like our fan bases are both like F the Dodgers, like we're cool. But all it takes is one pitch, Jordan Hicks wild pitch that hits Tatis, and boom, both fan bases are gonna be at each other's ass. Like I know for a fact, my text too, like going to slow, living in the Bay, dude. All my boys are Giants fans. They're waiting for it, bro. They're like,
oh yeah,
known as like the Padres guy up here, bro. Like even when I get coffee, people are like, "Oh, you guys lost again." I'm like, "Fuck," and everybody's on my ass.
No, exactly. I did want to clarify. If Jordan Hicks throws a wild pitch, it's Tatis. It was not intentional. That guy can't command the
game.
I know.
I just was thinking like Jay Hicks was so fast that would hurt.
Yeah.
Dude, I like where. I mean, I know you got some questions. I do like where the Giants are at, man. I mean, like you guys got. I told people in our like preseason preview, I guess one of our episodes, they asked like one of the chat people were like, what do you think the division's going to be like? And I said, I was like, dude, the Giants are like a very, very solid squad. And not to toot my own horn, I've been a hooligan before all these other losers. I've been a hooligan for 4 years. Back when Ha Sung was like, yo, like I would see Ha Sung play and like, post pictures with this guy. I'm like, who the frick's this guy? And nicknamed Grandson of the Wind. Instantly, I wanted him, bro. But unfortunately, we paid, some other dudes too much money, so he went to the Giants. But man, Jung Ho healthy, special. And
18 million bucks a year.
I mean, it's to be completely honest, it's genuinely the reason why I think your team is as good as it is right now. He's like what Jackson Merrill is to the Padres. And as you can see with Jackson Merrill not on the Pods right now and being hurt, similar to the Giants when Jung Ho was hurt last year, completely different squad. You don't have that guy in the middle of the lineup that can get you a double at will, right? Like, obviously, Jung Ho isn't necessarily a power hitter, but the amount of extra base hits this guy gets, the amount of pitches he sees, solid center fielder. I know it's a little bit of a Jung Ho glaze fest, but I'm a massive Jung Ho lead fan.
Oh no, I'm all for it. And like this, like for the Padres fans listening, I know like we've had like the even year dynasty run, but this organization hasn't really had a guy to rally around for a while. To see like San Francisco, I'm sure you hear Jung Ho Kang get talked about. You're walking downtown, like he's an electric figure.
Dude is like, I told all my buddies and all these casual Giants fans that I'm friends with, especially John McAllister. He's probably not listening, but he's number one, biggest casual out there. Johnny Mac. And I was like, dude, this guy's going to be the most beloved Giant since Posey Crawford era. And everyone's like, oh, I don't know about that, dude, all this stuff. I'm like, no, it's one, easy to chant name. Two, so much bar. This dude's cool shit. He's so cool. Like, the vibe he has is insane. And three, most important part, Buddy Rakes. Like, it's not a joke. Like, he's like legit, like 330 average, 860 OPS, doubles machine, fast, swaggy. I'm like, the Giants haven't had a cool guy. Like, I've been up in the Bay for 5 years. I go to a ton of Giants games. Yeah. Oh, wow. Wilmer Flores is batting third and Lamont Wade's batting fourth. Like, ooh, that's sick.
It's a joke.
I really can't wait to go to the ballpark, right? With, who's on the who used to be on the bump for you guys, man? I know you had the Rogers brothers in the pen. Trying to think who was a classic guy I would see start a bunch of games.
Keaton Wynn would go out there and lose a game.
Yeah, that's a good example. Logan Webb's a stud, obviously. Rodon had that incredible year for you guys. I like your rotation right now too, though, bro. And that Birdsong guy, I see you guys tweet about him all the time. I'm like, dude, that's the difference between what the Padres are having issues with right now and then what the teams like the Giants and the Dodgers have. Giants to a little bit less than the Dodgers, but at the same time, if Birdsong's legit, you guys are in a really good spot. Like, being able to develop pitching, like homegrown pitching, is the key to success in Major League Baseball. Unless you want to spend $500 million. And what the Giants are doing now, obviously Kyle Harrison hasn't necessarily been what you think he's going to be. That being said, I would take Kyle Harrison on the Padres in a second. Homegrown lefty that's only 23. Like, sky's the limit still for that guy, right?
De La Salle high.
De La Salle. I think a lot of it's confidence, to be completely honest. Like, some of these dudes, man, it takes a little while. The issue with the Pods is, like, we haven't had a homegrown, developed starting pitcher that's been, like, a guy since, like, Jake Peavy.
That's insane.
2007 he won the Cy Young, and it's 2025. And, like, it's great that we trade. And, like, kind of our philosophy is, like, okay, we're going to draft all these dudes. We're going to, see them become top prospects, and then we're going to trade them for real guys. And then we get guys back, and we're always sort of competitive. Which I actually kind of get to an extent if they think, hey, we can't develop this guy, so like, why don't we trade Mackenzie Gore? But then you look and you're like, oh, I could use a Mackenzie Gore in our rotation right now, even though he kind of pans out. Sorry for yapping so much.
No, you're good. I love it. So just rolling off of that, I mean, you're talking about the Giants' depth. I do agree we have a bunch of depth, but something that holds me back is, like, we don't have a Tatis. I mean, Tatis is he's like Jung Ho Kang times 4. I mean, you walk around campus to class today, it's like 5 Tatis jerseys. You guys have lost 4 straight. How concerned are you with the Pads right now? I saw you on a little bit of a rant fest before this, but I mean, you still have the top end talent to compete here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Tatis's aura is absolutely insane. We've never seen anything like it. I like to compare him to. You might be a little young for this, but you probably remember. You remember like LaDainian Tomlinson, like 2006, with like the blacked out visor.
Yeah.
And,
like,
You were just like, this dude is like the coolest dude ever. San Diego hasn't had an athlete like that since LT, peak LT. Price of admission alone, just watching this guy play. The lineup, if you've watched any Padres games the last week, our lineup is Manny Machado, or our lineup is Tatis leads off. Second's been Gavin Sheets. Third's Manny Machado. Fourth is Xander Bogaerts. Gavin Sheets is a guy who was DFA'd from the White Sox. We picked him up as kind of a reclamation project. Has been great for us, has had an awful week. Right? Like, he was like 1 for 16 with like 10 Ks. Bad week. Everybody has bad weeks. But having him bat second, probably not a good thing, right? But that's not the issue. The issue is 5 through 9, which is Oscar Gonzalez, El Paso, Chihuahua, which is our AAA team.
Yeah.
Tirso Ornelas, El Paso, Chihuahua. Jose Iglesias, who's a reggaeton singer, and he's unfortunately our 3rd best hitter. Then you go Tyler Wade, T. Rizzy, used to date Alex Earl. Dude's got mad riz. The dude's a dog. That being said, definitely more of like a last guy off the bench pinch runner than your starting center fielder. And then 9th is a platoon catching position with Elias Diaz and Martin Maldonado. Martin Maldonado, Jack, is the worst hitter I've ever watched play baseball. Legitimately the worst hitter of all time. And his whole thing is I can catch. Like, I'm really good. Pitchers love pitching to me. The dude can't catch. Literally yesterday, Randy Vasquez, we lost 3-2. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 2 strikes. Randy kind of yanks a cutter. Martin doesn't catch it. We lose 3-2. I'm like, bro, the El Paso Padres is what I'm calling them right now. It's Tatis and friends. And, when you see the lack of depth, you understand why this team got swept by the Rays at home. Vice versa, it also shows me that our pitching is absolutely stacked. We have the best bullpen in baseball. That's no joke. And we have guys consistently coming up and guys that are in the farm right now that are really good. Our bullpen is nasty. I don't think any team comes close. Starting pitching, Nick Pivetta, who's pitching tomorrow, dog. Michael King, dog. Dylan Cease has potential to be one of the best pitchers in baseball, sometimes sucks. And then you go and you look at like kind of the rest, Randy Vasquez, Kyle Hart, those guys who have outside 1 or 2 bad outings have kind of given us life. The number one issue with the Pods is we're extremely top heavy and we're hurt right now. And Arise is coming back tomorrow, which is going to be great. Supposedly Jason Hayward's coming back, which if you would have told me 2 weeks ago that I'd be excited for that, I'd be like, get out of here. But I am now. But the straw that stirs the drink is Jackson Merrill. It's literally like Tatis is the superstar, global superstar sensation, right? Like everybody knows about Tatis. Like, your girlfriend's friends know about Tatis. Like Swaggy, just the man. But if you were to say like, who's the key to the Padres' success? It's Jackson Merrill. Like his prowess, his like just ability, like he's a winner, dude. Like when he's on the field, we win. Like it's as simple as that. And it's nothing against any of the other dudes, but like he's the guy. And in a weird way, us being this hurt this early, kind of a good thing because it shows us, hey, we need to find some dudes that can fill in these spots, either via trade, either via, call up some other guys. The health is wealth, man, and I know that was a little long-winded, but I do think the Pods are when healthy, top 5 team in baseball. When not healthy, you're seeing kind of what they're at right now.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And just as a Giants fan, like going into this series, like healthy, not healthy, like a lineup with Tatis rolling in there, and like you got. It's also I just want to say completely ridiculous. We have a 2-game divisional series. Like I don't know who the hell made that, but you roll into a series. You got Pivetta and King on the bump. You got Tatis in the lineup. You got Arise in the lineup. Hopefully he'll be back, right? You said.
Yeah,
I saw that announced.
The rumor is he's gonna get. So he got that concussion on Sunday Night Baseball. That could have been really bad. But yeah, he thankfully is supposedly going to be back tomorrow. And like, it's a classic case of like, you don't know what you got till it's gone, right? Where you're like watching some of these guys, you're like, man, I wish Arise would do this or that. And then like, you see he went like 2 for 4. And now you're looking at a lineup that like can't get a hit with runners in scoring position to save their lives. And I think pretty sure I actually have a pretty fun stat for you to show kind of where the Padres are at going into this series.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Padres offensive woes while losing 8 of their last 11. Teams batting .204 with 164 runners in scoring position batting average. Team not counting Tatis batting 189. Manny is 8 for his last 40 with 0 RBIs in his last 6 games. Xander Bogaerts is 6 for his last 36. His last RBI was April 8th. The Pope was still alive. The catchers, 3 for 35, which is a .086 average. And the players we've called up from the minors for reinforcements are batting 191 with 3 extra base hits and 89 plate appearances. So what does that show you, Jack?
Just seems like a disaster. I'm not gonna lie. I get all my Padres content from the DSG. I saw the tweet that was like after Tatis flew out, was it the 8th or the 9th? You're like, this game's over. Yeah, could have posted the post game show right there.
So you see, in a weird way, and this might be my delusionally optimistic, spin zone self, right? Watched a lot of Colin Cowherd growing up, so I have to spin zone. Now we know what this team is, right? You're like, okay, so this team has a great bullpen. We have Tatis, who's a superstar. You got Manny and Bogarts, who unfortunately Manny's going to be fine. But when I mean fine, he's never been, and I love Manny Machado, never been the most clutch guy. 2022 was his peak. Should have won the MVP in my opinion. Hasn't shown that 2022 self, but he's still going to get his numbers. Bogarts is cooked. Our catcher position's ass. And the reinforcements in the minor leagues, not getting it done. So we got to make some moves, Papa. And I saw your tweet a little earlier about, the Orioles, and there's a lot of teams with bad bullpens, and we have a ton of bullpen arms, man. So I'd love to see the Padres, package together a bullpen and a prospect, try to get me a left fielder, try to get me a catcher, because depth is huge, man. Like we saw in the playoffs, like I thought the Padres should have won the World Series last year. We went 24 scoreless innings, and the Dodgers ended up winning it. They beat us in Game 5 on 2 solo home runs. That was it, 2-0.
Yeah.
It all comes down to, can he hit bombs, man? Can he hit bombs? That's the one thing with the Giants. It's a little concerning. Not a ton of bombs. Not a ton of bombs. And when you face good pitching, it's hard to rally hits. You can hit home runs, but it's hard to rally hits. So that's what I kind of saw. And I see a lot of similarities with the Giants and the Padres too.
It definitely is going to be an interesting series to watch because you got Webb versus Pivetta. Webb's a frontline ace. He's making a Cy Young push right now, very early, I will preface it. Then King's a stud. Landon Roop's got a very good curveball, could give the Padres some trouble. So I feel like we could see whoever's got a lead going into the 6th inning wins these games with our bullpens. Yeah, kind of just from like a Giants fan that doesn't watch it it doesn't watch the Padres. You kind of want to break down this Padres bullpen because this thing, like, Giants fans think if we have a good bullpen, the Padres is like another tier above. It's pretty freaking insane.
Giants have a good bullpen. That Randy Rodriguez guy is like, he's Twitter. He's like the Twitter Glaze Fest guy now, bro. All I see is people are like, yo, his underlying metrics. No, he's engagement right there. I liked him last year too. Padres bullpen is absolutely stacked. Robert Suarez has been our closer now for a year and a half. Used to be our setup guy. Bobby fastballs. He developed a changeup, which is like nasty now. He's a really solid closer. When he has a lead, I'm feeling really confident. Don't care if it's 1 run against the heart of the lineup or 3 runs. I'm like, this is our guy. Setup man, who I think is the best setup man in baseball, Jason Adam. I call him the Rainbow. He's sick. We traded for him from Tampa Bay last year. Has 2 more years of control. We traded Dylan Lesko, who was our first-round pick in 2022, and then we also traded Homer Bush, who friend of the DSG, good ass dude. But great trade. Jason Adams been absolutely untouchable. Just wipe out shit. Then 7th inning, I would go Jeremiah Estrada, DFA'd by the Cubs. We pick him up. Dude is absolutely cracked. Chella Jerry from Coachella Valley. Dude's a stud, man. I mean, if you look at his like underlying data for his pitches, like every pitch grades out at like an insane rate. And then I would say, sorry if my Wi-Fi's a little whack right now.
No, you're chilling.
I would say next, Adrian Morejon, another friend of the DSG. He's a stud. And then, dude, we got even guys like Wandy Peralta, Yuki Matsui. Alec Jacob is nasty. Just the whole bullpen, like it's really a rare feeling that like there's not one guy in the pen where you like roll your eyes. Like every team I've ever watched has a guy in the pen where you're like, this dude's in, like bro, like it's like waving the white flag, right? Meatballs marinara. And like we don't have that right now, which is pretty awesome.
No, it's 100% scary. I didn't even have this question written down, just thought of it. What's the thoughts of Bob Melvin here coming back to town? Can't imagine you're a big Bo Mel Glazer, but
Sleepy Bob, bro.
Curious of your thoughts.
Sleepy Bob, wake up. I'll be honest. I don't really like Bob Melvin. I don't like Bob Melvin. I don't dislike him as a person. I heard he's a really nice guy. I think that 2023 team, the expectations we had were so high. And I feel like if Mike Schilt was the manager of that team, we probably don't collapse like we did. I don't know if you've noticed this, but I feel like Bob is a very like old school kind of baseball manager, which is fine. But also when your team and baseball is as global of a sport as it is now, being able to relate to the younger dudes, maybe from dudes from like, Latin America or our buddies from Japan or Korea that are playing on the team. Like that relationship, I don't know. The Pods just had so much bullshit in 2023. Like, I actually think to an extent Bob is kind of a scapegoat because we got rid of him, and then 2024 was a good year. I also think the fact that he went to SF, very similar to kind of a Bochy feel, even though Bochy was kind of like beloved when he left at SD. Bob Melvin was kind of like not beloved.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I would say I'm not a big fan of Bob Melvin.
Yeah, no, you have no reason to be a big fan of Bob Melvin. I do think, just in terms of like the Giants, and for good reason. But I don't know. I think he gets a little bit too much crap with Giants fans. He's not an elite. He's not good at managing the bullpen. But I don't know.
What's an elite manager to you?
No, yeah, it's such a hard question to answer. I think I love what he's doing setting lineups. We haven't had that. We had Farhan running math fucking spreadsheets before games last year. So I love that he's setting lineups. I think it means a little bit. But like an elite manager, I don't know. It's unquantifiable, I think, because I don't know if you played baseball. I assume you did. I played ball. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it that's just gut feel. And I do think I trust his gut feel right now a little bit.
I would say outside of like a couple moves a game, right? The manager doesn't really do shit anymore. So what is a manager? It's a guy that gives the team confidence. You're a guy, that's why I love Mike Schilt. Mike Schilt, I call him Schilt Daddy Baseball, man.
Schilt Daddy Baseball, yeah.
We're all cooking the pots, and we're all saying like, yo, this guy sucks, or this team sucks, and oh man, and all this stuff. Mike Schilt's in the post-game presser, like, yeah, tough series, but we're good. I believe in these guys. And he never wavers faith. Bob Melvin, when he was our manager, that dude looked like he was about to cry after some of these games, man. I'm like, Bobby, give me something, man. If you're not confident, how am I a fan going to be confident? Mike Schilt Daddy Baseball, I'd ride with that guy, man. He's a real one.
Oh, I mean, I love the Schilt Daddy Baseball. The nicknames are unbelievable. I mean, how'd you come up with Derry Bonds? Like, that's an all-timer. I need a shirt. I'm buying one.
Unfortunately, can't get credit for the Derry Bonds. There's this guy on Twitter named Clev Tatis who came up with the name. So I won't say I came up with it. We definitely ran with it, but he's a super nice guy. Clev Tatis came up with it.
No, I mean, it's just unbelievable. That guy's like, he rakes a little bit. You said tough week, but I was at the game Rockies Friday night, little Derry Bonds bomb. I was like, how can you not get on your feet for this?
Oh, yeah, no, dude, Gavin's a man. I feel like the whole team just had a bad week. And that's the thing with baseball, right? Like, dude, what did you say the Giants' record is right now?
19-10 right now as we speak.
19-10. So 30 games into the season after tomorrow. Let's see real quick.
It feels like a lifetime, too.
Yeah,
30 games.
It feels like a lifetime, but at the same time, we're 18% of the way into the season. Yeah. So, like, as shitty or good as you feel, for example, the Atlanta Braves, I think they've won like 5 straight. They looked like they were absolutely cooked. They'll probably win they'll probably make the playoffs now. Like, to be completely honest, that's how it goes.
It's insane.
So, obviously the NL West starting this hot is awesome. Every team's going to go through some rough patches, right? But hopefully the Pods can bounce back, man, because it's been a pretty shitty week, especially if you do a podcast about the Padres. Comment sections are negative, to say the least.
Got the live show coming up after this, right?
Yeah. So
let's go. I'll be tuned in there.
Oh, yeah, bro. I appreciate you.
We'll wrap this thing up here soon. Got to end with some series predictions here. What are you feeling here, Matt?
Yeah, man. With how the Pods are playing, it's not looking good. So you guys got Landon Roop on the bump on Wednesday, day game.
Yep.
Manny hits better on day games. I would say, give me, selfishly, I want to say we take both. Pavetta's been great.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous with our lineup, man. I know Arai's coming back, but I don't know if we have enough pop to just put a couple across against Logan Webb. Obviously, you guys coming off an off day too, so healthy, rested bullpen. I'll say we split. I'll say we lose tomorrow, and then we win on Wednesday. That being said, I hope we win both because, man, if we lose tomorrow, 5 straight, you think your Twitter's bad, bro? It's about to be DMs I get, man. It's like I'm on the team. I'm like, come on, bro. I'm like, I'm just watching with you. I'm in sales.
No, yeah, it's a disaster. The comment sections for me. I couldn't imagine your comment sections. Like some of these grown men coming at a 19-year-old, like, hey, dude, like it's all right. It's an MLB team.
Once you realize, Jack, that like none of these dudes are real, it
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. Because like in real life, bro, especially as you guys, I mean, like, dude, you guys are growing like exponentially right now. Like, especially if the Giants have a good year, like you guys are gonna be big time, which is awesome to see. So I think for you, man, like, just remember, if you need to, block these dudes, bro. Like, there's some weird ass cats out there that are just like trying to take their, you know, they have a shitty job or a shitty marriage, and they're trying to take it out on you. And you're like, dude, all I said was like, give Jung Ho Lee, you know, some credit, right? And they're like, no. You're like, relax, dude. So, don't take the comments too seriously. They're not real.
No, yeah, it's insane. So we'll wrap it up here. Can't thank you enough, Matt. Big inspiration for us. DSG is just legendary stuff. We'll be out at Petco on Wednesday. If you or anybody else sees us out there, I'd love to meet you guys. Appreciate you tuning in. Got any parting words?
Yeah, man. Like I said, bro, Jack, I appreciate you, man. I love to see you're, 19, 18?
19, yeah.
Oh, dude, sky's the limit, bro. And you're at an awesome school at State. Like, love the passion, bro. Fires me up to see, you know, fellow, you know, probably you're like, what, a decade younger than me, and like the passion you got for, you know, Bay Area sports and sports in general fires me up. Sky's the limit. Just keep crushing it. And, you know, hopefully the Giants have a good year. I'm not saying a great year, because if they have a great year, usually probably, you know, we could deduct that the Padres probably did not have a great year if the Giants had a great year. But I you know, I hope it's a fun series. And yeah, man, I appreciate you having me, and I appreciate everybody that listened.
Yeah, 100%. We'll wrap it up here. Thank you, Matt. Good luck on the show tonight.
Thanks, brother. Peace.
See ya.